Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Breitling Transocean Chronograph Unitime, 46mm in brushed stainless steel. You can see and you can purchase this world time in-house movement Breitling chronograph on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full commercial listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and of course complete pricing information for this Breitling Transocean Chronograph Unitime. Now, ever since it debuted back in 2012, the Chronograph Unitime has been a versatile watch, a big one certainly, and you can see at 46mm it does fill my whole wrist, but if you're willing to embrace the big watch look, few watches offer more function, content, and value for the money. Now, 46mm is across the round of the case, not including the chronograph pushers or the crown. That's your 9:3 measurement without appurtenances. Now, in terms of thickness, it's actually not bad. It's 16mm thick, but you can see with the slope of the sapphire and the conical bezel, it does have a nice compatibility with a tight dress cuff, giving the sleeve a chance to ramp up and over its flanks. Now, its biggest dimension is without a doubt the lug-to-lug measurement, which at 58.5mm effectively maxes out my 16cm wrist. So this is probably the lower limit for wearing this watch with a sense of proportion and security, but at the same time, it spreads its mass nicely, so on a 16cm wrist, it wears well and securely. Now, one of the reasons it does wear so well on my wrist is because it does feature relatively short and tightly downturned lugs, so it starts to wrap itself around the extremity of my forearm, and then the strap, which is beautifully color keyed to the blue dial, is a very flexible piece that can pull straight down again around a tight wrist. This is a good match. This is the kind of watch you want to wear on a strap if you have a slighter forearm like mine. Now, the strap is nicely made. On the underside, there's a scalloping on both sides flanking the case that allows sweat, grit, moisture to escape and lift off the wrist on a hot day. And as big as the watch is, it doesn't have the so-called Breitling for Bentley aesthetic, which has unfortunately permeated lines other than the Bentley collaboration. This one is beautifully rendered in subdued brushed or satin finished steel, so the watch isn't overwhelmed by its sheer size. Instead, it uses that huge case aesthetically to maximize the dial, and this is a good use of case size because world time watches, especially world time chronographs, are generally public enemy number one when it comes to excessively busy and unreadable dials. Here, with the 46mm case and the pared down bezel, we're able to expand that gorgeous blue base out to the extremity of the case and make it more readable. Individual indications such as civil time, the date, the chronograph registers, and the world time, both the 24 reference cities and the 24-hour chapter ring, are easy to discern at a glance. Now, the watch does have a small amount of luminescent material, so true to its sports watch roots, it does have the ability to be seen in low or no light conditions. Now, in terms of functions, you can see the watch is lightly based on Breitling heritage elements, but for the most part it's modern. You can see the little loving references to transatlantic long-distance billing traditions of the mid-century with the 3, 6, 9-minute demarcations on the minute counter, the general shape of the indices, the Arabic numeral 12, the baton-style hands, the reference ring around the dial. These recall historic elements, but in function and size, it's very modern. Now, what you have is a crown with 3 fundamental positions. Innermost, where you can wind the watch. Intermediate, where you can change your reference city, and with it, the local time. Note that I've placed New York at the index at 12. That's my city because I'm in Miami. Each one of these reference cities represents one of the primary 24 time zones of the world. It's true we don't have Pyongyang in here. We don't have some of the idiosyncratic Venezuelan and other alternative time zones, but the 24 principal time zones are here. Now, again, that intermediate position changes the reference city and moves the hour hand independent of seconds, chronograph, or minutes. Now, the outermost position, now we've hacked the balance to stop the seconds, and I turn and I change the reference time chapter ring, which moves counterclockwise as time advances. And now what's happening is I'm adjusting my local time without changing my city. And you can see that's how you roll through the date change. Now, in terms of chronograph content, it is a Breitling caliber B05, which means fundamentally it's Breitling's in-house caliber B01, but heavily modified to accommodate the world time system. Now, As per the case back, it does have 100-meter water resistance, so even without the screw-down crown, this watch is secure for most water sports short of actual professional diving. It should be fine for any kind of snorkeling or shallow diving, water sports, swimming, what have you. You're good to go with this watch. A very versatile travel watch, also a fun water sports watch. It may be the ultimate vacation watch this holiday season and this winter. Take it into consideration and consider the changes that the pervasive use of that beautiful medium blue with the subdued tones of the case really make in creating one of the most unique and appealing, I believe, to horology fans among all Breitling references. This is one for the gentleman who is not necessarily a fan of the modern Breitling aesthetic, and it's exceptional for that. You can see and you can purchase this watch on our website.